murky bio bubbles with a dreadful secret brew, formulating hexes aimed directly at you. Alligator sliding beneath the Spanish moss, tallying the ledger of a monumental loss. Some mysterious practitioner stirs the iron pot, tying up my destiny in a complicated knot. Sprinkling the graveyard dust upon the wooden floor, opening the hinges of an otherworldly door.
I hear the incantation whisper through the cypress trees, carried by a foul and unnatural breeze, rattling the vertebrae inside the leather sack, guarantee nobody is ever coming back.
The grease talisman hangs around my neck, keeping the malevolent apparitions in check, lighting up the candles on the makeshift shrine, erasing the boundaries of the dividing line,
Uttering the
syllables of an ancient dreadful curse, making the predicament exponentially worse. The sorcery is potent, the magic is severe, summoning the phantoms that you constantly fear. Listen to the voodoo wail echoing across the swamp,
joining the procession in a terrifying stomp.
voodoo wail sending shivers down your spine,
Intertwining your miserable existence with mine.
let the witch doctor chant, let the heavy bass rumble, watching the walls of your sanctuary crumble. A hypnotic spell woven in a musical form,
Summoning the fury of a supernatural storm. The talisman vibrates with a kinetic strange energy, unlocking the padlock of a hidden memory, pounding on the goatskin with the frantic wild pace, summoning the spirits from a designated place.
the potion is simmering, emitting a foul scent, a magical phenomenon that cannot be unspent. I pour the carved trinkets upon the dusty dirt, shielding my anatomy from any impending hurt. My pupils dilate as the trance begins to take, causing the foundations of the cabin to shake. I speak in a dialect I never formally learned, while the effigy of my enemy is totally burned. The swamp water ripples from the heavy vibration, a terrifying, spectacular, dark celebration. We bind the adversary with the metaphysical thread, communicating directly with the lingering dead. Uttering the syllables of an ancient dreadful curse, making the predicament exponentially worse. The sorcery is potent, the magic is severe, summoning the phantoms that you constantly fear. Listen to the voodoo wail echoing across the swamp,
Joining the procession in a terrifying stomp.
voodoo wail sending shivers down your spine,
Intertwining your miserable existence with mine.
let the witch doctor chant, let the heavy bass rumble, watching the walls of your sanctuary crumble. A hypnotic spell woven in a musical form,
Summoning the fury of a supernatural storm. Break the hex, snap the cursed twig, dancing around the fire in a frantic wild jig. The spirits are awakened,
the ritual is complete,
throwing the adversary right beneath our feet. Burn, burn, wail.
Listen to the voodoo wail echoing across the swamp,
Joining the procession in a terrifying stomp.
voodoo wail sending shivers down your spine.
Intertwining your miserable existence with mine.
Let the witch doctor chant, let the heavy bass rumble, watching the Stepping down the concrete stairs into the basement club, immersed entirely in the frequencies of the dub. The strobe light flickers cutting through the dense heavy fog, navigating the darkness like a solitary dog. My doppelganger mimics every movement that I make, testing my sanity to see how much my mind can take. A phantom reflection projected on the plaster wall, answering the terrifying subterranean call.
The audio engineer twists the analog mixing knob, controlling the heartbeat of the synchronized dancing mob. Reverberation bouncing off the insulated ceiling, amplifying this deeply unsettling, eerie feeling. I confront the monster that is hiding in my own brain, dancing erratically to keep myself entirely sane. The lower registers vibrate right through my spinal cord, a heavy manipulation by the musical overlord, submerging our consciousness into the deepest low, where the obscure, terrifying entities prefer to go, manipulating the echo, stretching out the time, committing a beautifully sonically perfect crime. Welcome to the shadow dub, where the phantoms sway, keeping the obnoxious glaring sunlight far away. Shadow dub, bouncing off the subterranean floor, leaving you begging the DJ for a little bit more. Let the bass line rumble, let the snare drum crack. We are venturing deep and we are never coming back. A hypnotic trance inside a pitch black hidden room, finding our salvation in the middle of the gloom. The synthesizer oscillates a terrifying drone, a sinister frequency that chills me to the bone. My darker alter ego takes complete and total charge, becoming a menacing figure incredibly large. We wrestle with the demons in a synchronized routine, the most spectacular exorcism you have ever seen. The woofer cabinets rattle with the violent earthquake force, taking this ritual along its necessary course. A sudden dropout leaves my vocal hanging in the air, exposing a vulnerability I rarely ever share. The delay pedal repeats my phrases into infinity, questioning the boundaries of my own divinity. I twirl my silhouette into a dizzying glass spin, shedding the layers of my metaphorical skin. The sonic isolation acts as a protective shield, conquering the adversaries on the battlefield, submerging our consciousness into the deepest low, where the obscure, terrifying entities prefer to go, manipulating the echo, stretching out the time, committing a beautifully sonically perfect crime. Welcome to the shadow dub, where the phantoms sway, keeping the obnoxious glaring sunlight far away. Shadow dub, bouncing off the subterranean floor, leaving you begging the DJ for a little bit more. Let the bass line rumble, let the snare drum crack. We are venturing deep and we are never coming back. A hypnotic trance inside a pitch black hidden room, finding our salvation in the middle of the gloom. Drop the treble, let the low end dominate.
This is the moment where the
Spirits culminate.
echoes multiplying in the empty space, a terrifying grin upon the phantom's face. Welcome to the shadow dub, where the phantoms sway, keeping the obnoxious glaring sunlight far away. Shadow dub, bouncing off the subterranean floor, leaving you begging the DJ for a little bit more. Let the bass line rumble, let the snare drum crack. We are venturing deep and we are never coming back. A hypnotic trance inside a pitch black hidden room, finding our salvation in the middle of the gloom.
Let the echo fade,
Return to the surface,
the dub survives.
Barricades are stacked against the avenue, a mutiny brewing in the morning dew, spitting out the propaganda fed by the elite, marching with an army down the concrete street.
A kerosene rag stuffed in an empty jar,
lighting up the darkness like a shooting star.
They tried to cage the tiger in the copper wire,
but they only managed to ignite the fire.
A clenched fist rising above the unruly crowd,
screaming our demands incredibly loud.
The establishment trembles at the sudden noise.
A formidable army of the girls and boys,
smashing the illusions with an iron pipe.
The demographic anger
is completely right. No compromise offered and none received,
exposing the web that the politicians weave.
Combustion spreading through the crowded square, an undeniable tension hanging in the air.
The sovereign spirit refuses to comply, looking the oppressor squarely in the eye. Rebel heart
pumping with ferocious blood,
standing our ground in the rising mud. Rebel heart,
a drumbeat in the chest,
putting the establishment to the ultimate test. Unshackled, untamed, and fiercely awake, demanding a slice of the forbidden cake. An insurgent rhythm pounding in the vein, breaking the links of the tyrannical chain.
The sirens wail a warning from a distant block, but we are firmly planted like a solid rock. A guerrilla tactic executed with precision,
cutting through the falsehoods like a sharp incision.
They monitor the frequencies and tap the phone,
but we communicate in a frequency unknown.
A subterranean network of the brave and bold,
refusing to be bought and refusing to be sold. My vocal cords are shredded from the battle cry, refusing to submit and refusing to comply. We paint our manifestos on the subway train, colorful rebellion in the pouring rain.
The riot gear approaches with the steady march,
but we hold the line beneath the marble arch.
A blazing inferno fueled by a righteous ire,
feeding the flames of this magnificent fire. Combustion spreading through the crowded square,
an undeniable
tension hanging in the air. The sovereign spirit refuses to comply, looking the oppressor squarely in the eye. Rebel heart
pumping with ferocious blood,
standing our ground in the rising mud. Rebel heart,
a drumbeat in the chest,
putting the establishment to the ultimate test. Unshackled, untamed, and fiercely awake, demanding a slice of the forbidden cake. An insurgent rhythm pounding in the vein, oh, breaking the links of the tyrannical chain. Stand up, fight back, do not retreat. Take back the power on every single street. The revolution broadcast on the radio wave,
digging the oppressive system a shallow grave.
Defy, resist, unite, ignite. Rebel heart pumping with ferocious blood,
Standing our ground in the rising mud.
rebel heart,
A drumbeat in the chest,
putting the establishment to the ultimate test. Unshackled, untamed, and fiercely awake, demanding a slice of the forbidden cake. An insurgent rhythm pounding in the vein, oh, breaking the links of the tyrannical chain. Keep fighting, never surrender, the heart beats on. Twilight settles heavy on the dusty dirt road fork, where the spectral entities supposedly walk and talk. I brought my warm acoustic and a pocket full of grief, looking for a supernatural, permanent relief. The cicadas are buzzing, a hypnotic droning sound, as I draw a circle on the unforgiving ground, waiting for the midnight when the bargain can be struck, willing to surrender all my everlasting luck.
A shadowy figure emerges from the sugarcane field, holding the contract that can never be repealed. The temperature drops in a natural freezing chill, testing the parameters of my independent will. He tips his dark fedora, flashing the golden grin, offering a shortcut through the labyrinth of sin. The intersection hums with the terrifying power, counting down the seconds to the designated hour. Transaction of the spirit in the middle of the night, trading our eternity to win this mortal fight. The signature is written in a crimson bloody hue, a devastating compromise between me and you. Down at the Kingston crossroads, where the devil waits, holding the master keys to the consequential gates. Kingston crossroads, making a dangerous pact, a mesmerizing, fighting, irreversible act. Will you sell your soul for a melody of gold, or keep your integrity before you grow too old? The intersection forces you to finally choose between the reggae salvation or the tragic blues. He hands me the guitar, the strings are humming hot, promising the absolute success that I have sought. My fingers move with lightning, a virtuoso grace, but I see the sudden tragedy reflected in his face. Fame is an illusion, a temporary fleeting crown, before the gravity pulls you violently back down. The gravel crunches softly underneath this pointed shoe, reminding me exactly what I promised I would do.
I clutch my vocal microphone, my voice begins to soar, achieving a register I have never hit before. The talent is incredible, but the cost is far too steep, a horrifying secret I am obligated to keep. The crossroads disappear into a thick swirling mist, leaving me alone with this terrifying twist. The spotlight is blinding, the applause is deafening, but I feel my inner conscience slowly deadening. A transaction of the spirit in the middle of the night, trading our eternity to win this mortal fight. The signature is written in a crimson bloody hue, a devastating compromise between me and you. Down at the Kingston crossroads, where the devil waits, holding the master keys to the consequential gates. Kingston crossroads, making a dangerous pact, a mesmerizing, fighting, irreversible act. Will you sell your soul for a melody of gold, or keep your integrity before you grow too old? The intersection forces you to finally choose between the reggae salvation or the tragic blues. The price of the magic, the cost of the fame, nothing will ever be the same. Tear up the paper, run from the deal, hold on to the only thing that is actually real. Sign the line, take the price, lose your soul, open your eyes. Down at the Kingston crossroads, where the devil waits, holding the master keys to the consequential gates. Kingston crossroads, making a dangerous pact, a mesmerizing, fighting, irreversible act. Will you sell your soul for a melody of gold, or keep your integrity before you grow too old? The intersection forces you to finally choose between the reggae salvation or the tragic blues. The deal is done, crossroads. Lord of mercy. putting my emotional endurance to the test. The pendulum swings, pulling the gravity down, wearing a heavy, invisible, thorny crown.
A melancholy tempo carrying my fragile weight, accepting the terms of this unfortunate fate. Tears falling silently on the acoustic wood, misunderstood in my own neighborhood. The metric rhythm healing the deepest wound inside this cavern where I am marooned. A persistent vibration shakes the solid ground, wrapping my trauma in a comforting sound. The cadence of grief is a powerful tide, washing away the stubbornness and pride, plucking the strings of a broken instrument, documenting the pain in the sonic document, transforming the agony into a steady pulse, rejecting the narratives that are entirely false, swaying the hips to a sorrowful beat, finding our ground and on our own 2 feet. Sorrow grew, riding the cadence of grief, searching the lyrics for a momentary relief. Sorrow grew, a therapeutic slow descent, calculating the hours that we have spent. Let the vibration massage the aching bone. You are suffering, but you are not alone. A summer frequency that penetrates the skin, a musical battle that we are trying to win. The metronome clicks with a merciless pace, tracing the lines on my weary weathered face. A deep oscillation from the amplifier cone,
Speaking a language that is entirely its own.
the physical toll of this emotional debt is something my muscles will never forget. But the therapeutic shuffle starts to take control, mending the fractures in my damaged soul. I lean my shoulder against the vibrating amp, lighting the wick of my flickering oil lamp. The harmonic resonance aligns with my heart, piecing together the things that fell apart. A slow motion dance in a solitary room, dispelling the shadows and the creeping gloom. The frequency acts as a medicinal balm, restoring a sense of unprecedented calm, transforming the agony into a steady pulse, rejecting the narratives that are entirely false, swaying the hips to a sorrowful beat, finding our grounding on our own 2 feet. Sorrow grew, riding the cadence of grief, searching the lyrics for a momentary relief. Sorrow grew, a therapeutic slow descent, calculating the hours that we have spent. Let the vibration massage the aching bone. You are suffering, but you are not alone. A somber frequency that penetrates the skin, a musical battle that we are trying to win. Feel the resonance, let the tears flow, release the burden, just let it go. The vibration is the medicine, the beat is the cure, making our intentions absolutely pure. Sorrow grew, hey, hey, move. Sorrow grew, sorrow grew, sorrow grew, riding the cadence of grief, searching the lyrics for a momentary. Sorrow grew, the therapeutic slow descent, calculating the hours that we have spent. Let the vibration massage the aching bone. You are suffering, but you are not alone. A somber frequency that penetrates the skin, a musical battle that we are trying to win. Healing rhythm, let the groove take over. No more pain.
the deception from my weary eye. The saline droplets trace a jagged route, digging to the bottom of the deepest root. A tiny puddle forms upon the pavement stone, reflecting a visage I have barely known. Gathering the water in a porcelain bowl, purifying the edges of a tarnished soul. The archaeous ritual begins at dusk, shedding the remnants of a hollow husk, submerging the ego in the rising tide, leaving absolutely nothing left to hide. The precipitation carries an ancient lore, sweeping the debris from the ocean floor. Baptized anew in the sorrowful stream, waking the spirit from a dormant dream. Let the reservoir overflow the dam, revealing the truth of exactly who I am. A liquid testament to the pain we bear, evaporating slowly in the humid air. Mystic tears, a crystal clear release, negotiating terms for a lasting peace. Mystic tears, falling like the summer rain, washing the residue of the urban stain. Crying out an ocean drop by single drop, we let the water flow until the hurting stops. A sacred fountain springing from the chest, putting the exhausted intellect to rest. The weeping willow bows its branches low, absorbing the moisture from the soil below. An irrigation system for the barren dirt, healing the anatomy of a lasting hurt. The tributary feeds into a roaring sea, washing away the chains of captivity. We harvest the sorrow from the weeping eye, a glorious liquid that will never dry. My eyelashes heavy with the morning dew, painting the horizon in a softer hue. The condensation gathers on the window glass, watching the procession of the shadows pass. A vulnerable offering laid upon the shrine, turning bitter water into vintage wine. The clarity emerges when the crying ends, mending the fractures that the universe sends. Let the reservoir overflow the dam, revealing the truth of exactly who I am. A liquid testament to the pain we bear, evaporating slowly in the humid air. Mystic tears, a crystal clear release, negotiating terms for a lasting peace. Mystic tears, falling like the summer rain, washing the residue of the earthen stain. Crying out an ocean drop by single drop, we let the water flow until the hurting stops. A sacred fountain springing from the chest, putting the exhausted intellect to rest. Pour it out, empty the bitter well, breaking out of this self-constructed self. The salinity cures the microscopic tear, washing the landscape until it's absolutely clear. Trickle, cleanse, breathe, release. Mystic tears, a crystal clear release, negotiating terms for a lasting peace. Mystic tears, falling like the summer rain, washing the residue of the urban stain. Crying out an ocean drop by single drop, we let the water flow until the hurting stops. A sacred fountain springing from the chest, putting the exhausted intellect to rest. Let it wash over, pure liquid gold. The weeping is done. are stacked against the avenue. A mutiny brewing in the morning dew, spitting out the propaganda fed by the elite, marching with an army down the concrete street. A kerosene rag stuffed in an empty jar, lighting up the darkness like a shooting star. They tried to cage the tiger in the copper wire, but they only managed to ignite the fire.
A clenched fist rising above the unruly crowd, screaming our demands incredibly loud. The establishment trembles at the sudden noise, a formidable army of the girls and boys,
smashing the illusions with an iron pipe. The demographic anger is completely right. No compromise offered and none received, exposing the web that the politicians weave. Combustion spreading through the crowded square, an undeniable tension hanging in the air. The sovereign spirit refuses to comply, looking the oppressor squarely in the eye. Rebel heart pumping with ferocious blood, standing our ground in the rising mud. Rebel heart, a drum beat in the chest, putting the establishment to the ultimate test. Unshackled, untamed, and fiercely awake, demanding a slice of the forbidden cake. An insurgent rhythm pounding in the vein, breaking the links of the tyrannical chain.
The sirens wail a warning from a distant block, but we are firmly planted like a solid rock. A guerrilla tactic executed with precision, cutting through the falsehoods like a sharp incision. They monitor the frequencies and tap the phone, but we communicate in a frequency unknown. A subterranean network of the brave and bold, refusing to be bought and refusing to be sold.
My vocal cords are shredded from the battle cry, refusing to submit and refusing to comply. We paint our manifestos on the subway train, a colorful rebellion in the pouring rain. The riot gear approaches with a steady march, but we hold the line beneath the marble arch. A blazing inferno fueled by righteous ire, feeding the flames of this magnificent fire. Combustion spreading through the crowded square, an undeniable tension hanging in the air. The sovereign spirit refuses to comply, looking the oppressor squarely in the eye. Rebel heart pumping with ferocious blood, standing our ground in the rising mud. Rebel heart, a drum beat in the chest, putting the establishment to the ultimate test. Unshackled, untamed, and fiercely awake, demanding a slice of the forbidden cake. An insurgent rhythm pounding in the vein, breaking the links of a tyrannical chain. Stand up, fight back, do not retreat. Take back the power on every single street. The revolution broadcast on the radio wave, digging the oppressive system a shallow grave. Defy, resist, unite, ignite. Rebel heart pumping with ferocious blood, standing our ground in the rising mud. Rebel heart, a drum beat in the chest, putting the establishment to the ultimate test. Unshackled, untamed, and fiercely awake, demanding a slice of the forbidden cake. An insurgent rhythm pounding in the vein, breaking the links of the tyrannical chain. Keep fighting,
Never surrender.
the heart beats on. emotional tourniquet finally snapped in two, exposing the lacerations to the entire avenue. I am hemorrhaging my feelings on this wooden stage, flipping to a thoroughly depressing, tragic page. A crimson river flowing from a deeply wounded heart, tearing my psychological stability apart. The microphone stand is the only thing holding me upright, surrendering completely to the devastating fight. My vulnerability is presented for the crowd to see, stripped of my defensive masculine anatomy. The incision is profound, the agony is extremely real. There's absolutely nothing left for me to conceal. I pluck the nylon strings with the trembling, nervous hand, hoping the audience can somehow finally understand. A spiritual transfusion required to keep me alive, desperately fighting to fundamentally survive. Draining the essence from the center of the vein, a beautiful method of managing the chronic pain, exsanguinating sorrow, drop by precious drop, unable to command the biological rhythm to stop. This is a bleeding soul, pouring out the brutal truth, sacrificing the remnants of my golden wasted youth. Bleeding soul, a hemorrhage of the purest sound, staining the carpet on the auditorium ground. Let the world, it's a cry, let the choir softly hum. We are waiting patiently for the ultimate kingdom come. A musical surgery performed without an anesthetic, beautifully tragic and spectacularly poetic. The scar tissue forms a melody across my chest, a permanent reminder of the agonizing test. I suture up the wound with the soaring vocal run, knowing the recovery process has barely begun. The spotlight is a scalpel cutting through the murky disguise, reflecting the trauma directly into your eyes. A therapeutic performance acting as a bandage wrap, escaping the jaws of a psychological trap. My hemoglobin drops as the tempo starts to climb, committing the ultimate confessional vocal crime. I am an open book, completely missing the final spine, pouring my tragedy into a glass of bitter wine. The audience acts as a massive collective nurse, lifting the heavy burden of this unrelenting curse. A cathartic release of the pressurized internal gauge, leaving my entire anatomy upon the stage. Draining the essence from the center of the vein, a beautiful method of managing the chronic pain, exsanguinating sorrow, drop by precious drop, unable to command the biological rhythm to stop. This is a bleeding soul, pouring out the brutal truth, sacrificing the remnants of my golden wasted youth. Bleeding soul, a hemorrhage of the purest sound, staining the carpet on the auditorium ground. Let the world, it's a cry, let the choir softly hum. We are waiting patiently for the ultimate kingdom come. A musical surgery performed without an anesthetic, beautifully tragic and spectacularly poetic. Let it flow, let the absolute essence spill, climbing the summit of the agonizing hill. The music is the plasma, the rhythm is the cure, making my intentions remarkably, beautifully pure. This is a bleeding soul, pouring out the brutal truth, sacrificing the remnants of my golden wasted youth. Bleeding soul, the hemorrhage of the purest sound, staining the carpet on the auditorium ground. Let the world, it's a cry, let the choir softly hum. We are waiting patiently for the ultimate kingdom come. Musical surgery performed without an anesthetic, beautifully tragic and spectacularly poetic. Stitching it up, the bleeding stops, music heals. darkest fears. I've soaked these Camden bricks with salty tears. My garden's overgrown with thorns and weeds, neglecting every single one of my basic needs. The sky is bruised, a shade of violet gloom, within this dusty, silent, lonely room.
But down beneath the surface, deep and wide, there is a spirit that you cannot hide. The soil is parched, the sun is blazing red. Forget the hollow words that they have said.
Ancestors watching from the mountain peak, giving strength to all the tired and the weak. Though the branches may be broken and the leaves turn brown, we won't let the weight of sorrow pull us down. Extract the essence from the struggle and the strife, finding the nectar in the middle of this life.
Bitter roots,
Reaching for the light,
growing through the concrete in the dead of night.
bitter roots, hold on to the ground.
In the silence,
Hear the most majestic sound. It's a long way up, but we're standing tall, waiting for the summer rain to finally fall.
I see the system trying to choke the vine, but the nectar of the truth is truly divine. Trench town spirit in the London storm, keeping the fire burning,
Keeping us warm.
no axe can fell the tree
Of liberty, for the truth shall set the captive people free. I'm pouring blackest coffee for my soul, trying to regain some semblance of control. The bitterness is familiar on my tongue, a song of survival that has always been sung. I'll paint my eyes with cold and face the day, watching the gray clouds slowly drift away. Though the branches may be broken and the leaves turn brown, we won't let the weight of sorrow pull us down. Extract the essence from the struggle and the strife, finding the nectar in the middle of this life. Bitter roots, reaching for the light,
growing through the
concrete in the dead of night. Bitter roots, hold on to the ground.
in the silence.
Hear the most majestic sound. It's a long way up, but we're standing tall, waiting for the summer rain to finally fall. Dig deeper, dig deeper, dig, dig, dig deeper, dig deeper, dig deeper.
Ooh, dig deeper past the limestone and the clay,
Beyond the reach of those who wish to betray.
the nourishment is found in the ancient
History, unlocking the gates of every hidden mystery.
bitter but strong, deep but resilient. The foundation is solid.